me ask you a question. Have you ever stood up from a chair and felt like your legs just aren't as strong as they used to be? Or maybe you've noticed walking upstairs takes a little more effort these days. You might think, it's just age catching up with me. But what if I told you that what you eat, and more importantly when you eat it, could be silently speeding up the loss of your leg muscles? Yes, there's a real condition called sarcopenia, and it starts robbing your muscles after the age of 60. Especially if your body isn't getting the right fuel. But here's the good news. You have the power to slow it down, starting with the first meal of your day. Because if you're over 60 and you're not eating this first, your leg muscles may keep wasting away. Let's talk about how to stop that starting tomorrow morning. As we age, past 60, one silent threat begins to affect many of us, and that's sarcopenia, the gradual loss of muscle mass, especially in the legs. This isn't just about weakness, it leads to poor balance, slower walking, and a higher risk of falls and injuries. But here's the good news. You can fight back, and it starts with your breakfast plate. The first thing you eat each day sets the tone for how your muscles function. Seniors must prioritize high-quality protein in the morning. Things like eggs, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, or even a plant-based protein smoothie. This fuels your muscles early, stopping your body from breaking down more muscle tissue for energy. Why is this so critical? Because after 60, your body doesn't build muscle as efficiently. Waiting until lunch or dinner to get your protein means you've already lost precious time. But protein alone isn't enough. You also need vitamin D to help your body absorb calcium, which supports your bones and muscles. You need omega-3 fatty acids to reduce inflammation and improve muscle function. Foods like salmon, flax seeds, spinach, and fortified cereals can make a big difference. After the age of 60, many people start to notice subtle changes in their strength, balance, and overall energy levels. What often goes unnoticed at first is a condition called sarcopenia, the gradual age loss of muscle mass and strength. It happens to nearly everyone, but few truly understand how serious its long-term effects can be if it's not addressed early. Sarcopenia doesn't occur overnight. It begins slowly, often in the mid-50s or early 60s, and accelerates if left unchecked. One of the most affected areas is the legs. Seniors may begin to feel that climbing stairs becomes more tiring, getting up from a chair takes more effort, or their walking speed has decreased. These are not just signs of getting older. They are often signs that the leg muscles are shrinking and weakening, even if weight remains the same. This muscle loss is not just about vanity or feeling toned. It directly affects independence, mobility, and quality of life. Weak leg muscles increase the risk of falling, a leading cause of injury, hospitalization, and even early death among older adults. Once a fall occurs, it often sets off a chain reaction of declining health. Less movement, more weakness, more bone and muscle loss, and slower recovery. This is why preventing muscle loss is not just a health tip, it's a critical part of aging well. One of the main reasons sarcopenia happens is that, as we age, the body becomes less responsive to the signals that stimulate muscle growth. In younger people, even light activity and regular meals containing protein are enough to maintain muscle. But for people over 60, the muscles become resistant. They need more effort, more targeted exercise, and more precise nutrition just to keep what they have. At the same time, levels of hormones like testosterone and growth hormone begin to decline with age. These hormones play an important role in building and maintaining muscle tissue. As they drop, the body's ability to repair and regenerate muscle also weakens. Add to this the fact that many seniors start moving less, whether due to retirement, joint pain, or illness, and you have a perfect storm for muscle breakdown. Another challenge is appetite. Many older adults don't feel as hungry as they once did. Some skip meals or eat less food overall, which might seem harmless at first. But with lower appetite comes lower intake of key nutrients, especially protein, which is essential for muscle maintenance. When the body doesn't get enough protein from food, it starts breaking down muscle to meet its needs. And the leg muscles, being some of the largest in the body, are often the first to go. Moreover, sedentary behavior plays a huge role in speeding up muscle loss. A person can eat all the right foods, but without regular movement, particularly weight-bearing and resistance exercises, the muscles will continue to shrink. It's often said, if you don't use it, you lose it. And nowhere is that truer than with aging muscles. This is why walking, squatting, and even light resistance training are so vital for seniors. They stimulate muscle fibers and tell the body to keep building instead of breaking down. Sarcopenia might be invisible in its early stages, but its effects are felt every day in how easily someone moves, how long they can stand, how quickly they can react to prevent a fall. Understanding this natural part of aging is the first step to doing something about it. While muscle loss is a common part of getting older, it is not something we must simply accept. With the right nutrition, movement, and awareness, we can slow or even reverse the process and protect our strength for years to come. Protein plays an incredibly important role in maintaining muscle health, especially for adults over the age of 60. While most people associate protein with building muscles in young athletes or bodybuilders, it is just as, if not more, essential for older adults who are at risk of losing muscle mass as they age. The truth is, after 60, the body's ability to build and repair muscle naturally slows down. This makes protein not just important, but critical to daily life, independence, and long-term health. As the body ages, it begins to lose muscle in a condition known as sarcopenia, and one of the most effective ways to slow this process is by ensuring that the body gets a steady, sufficient supply of high-quality protein every day. But what many seniors don't realize is that it's not just about how much protein they eat in total. Timing and quality matter too. One of the most beneficial times to consume protein is in the morning, ideally at breakfast. After a long night of fasting, the body is in a mild catabolic state, which means it has started breaking down tissues, including muscles, for energy. Providing protein first thing in the morning helps switch the body into an anabolic state, a mode where it can repair and rebuild tissue, especially muscle. Unfortunately, many seniors tend to eat very little protein in the morning. A typical breakfast might be toast, tea, or cereal, all mostly carbohydrates. While carbs are an important source of energy, they don't protect the muscles the way protein does. In fact, missing out on protein early in the day can increase the risk of ongoing muscle breakdown. What's needed is a breakfast that includes 20 to 30 grams of protein, for example, 2 boiled eggs, a cup of Greek yogurt, a small portion of nuts or seeds, or even a scoop of protein powder in a smoothie. These choices give the body exactly what it needs to begin repairing muscle tissue after an overnight fast. Protein is made up of amino acids, which are the building blocks of all cells and tissues in the body. One particularly important amino acid is leucine, which directly stimulates muscle protein synthesis. Foods rich in leucine include eggs, dairy products, chicken, fish, and legumes. When older adults eat these foods consistently and in sufficient amounts, they give their muscles the tools they need to stay strong. Unlike in younger people, where small amounts of protein may be enough, older adults need higher doses per meal to get the same muscle-building response. This phenomenon is known as anabolic resistance, meaning that aging muscles don't respond as efficiently to protein unless the amount and quality are right. It's also important to space protein intake evenly throughout the day. Many people eat very little protein at breakfast, a small amount at lunch, and a large amount at dinner. This uneven distribution isn't ideal for muscle maintenance. Research shows that when protein is spread more evenly across meals, including a solid portion in the morning, the body uses it more effectively to build and protect muscle. This strategy can help seniors retain strength and function as they age. Moreover, protein isn't just for muscles, it also supports immune health, hormone production, wound healing, and the maintenance of skin, hair, and nails. For seniors, all of these benefits are crucial, especially as the body takes longer to heal and recover from illness or injury. Choosing protein-rich foods isn't about trying to look younger, it's about staying stronger, more active, and more independent for longer. Whether it's a small bowl of lentils, some cottage cheese, a handful of almonds, or a piece of grilled chicken, making protein a central part of every meal, especially breakfast, can have a powerful impact on how well seniors maintain their muscle mass and quality of life over time. Breakfast is often called the most important meal of the day, and for adults over 60, that phrase holds even more truth. After a night of fasting, the body wakes up in a slightly depleted state, having used its energy reserves to keep vital functions running through the night. For younger people, this might not make a big difference, but for seniors, especially those already facing muscle loss, this fasting period can quietly accelerate muscle breakdown if the right foods aren't eaten first thing in the morning. Many older adults tend to skip breakfast or eat something light, a cup of tea, a slice of toast, maybe a small bowl of cereal. While that might feel comfortable or familiar, it does very little to support the body's need for muscle protection and repair. In fact, it leaves the body running on empty, forcing it to break down muscle for fuel, especially when protein isn't provided to reverse that overnight loss. As we age, the body becomes less efficient at using the protein we eat to repair and build muscle. This is called anabolic resistance. To overcome this, seniors need not only more protein, but also the right timing. Research has shown that consuming high-quality protein early in the day helps signal the muscles to begin building and repairing. Without that signal, the body continues a catabolic state, a process of muscle breakdown, which becomes more harmful over time. Eating a balanced, protein-rich breakfast can flip that switch from muscle loss to muscle repair. This is especially important for the leg muscles, which tend to weaken the fastest in older age. These muscles are critical for everyday activities like walking, standing, and climbing stairs. Losing strength in the legs doesn't just reduce mobility, it increases the risk of falls, fractures, and the loss of independence. That's why what you eat first thing in the morning can play a big role in how well your legs carry you throughout the day. A good breakfast for a senior should include at least 20 to 30 grams of protein, along with healthy fats and some complex carbohydrates for energy. Simple breakfast ideas might include 2 boiled or scrambled eggs with a slice of whole grain toast, a bowl of Greek yogurt with chia seeds and fruit, or a protein smoothie made with milk, banana, and a scoop of whey or plant-based protein powder. These meals aren't just filling, they nourish the muscles and prepare the body to stay active. It's also worth noting that breakfast can set the tone for the rest of the day. When seniors start the day with protein and balanced nutrition, they're more likely to have steady energy, fewer blood sugar crashes, and better mental clarity. All of this encourages better movement, more motivation to exercise, and a lower risk of fatigue. On the other hand, skipping breakfast or relying only on sugary or carb-heavy meals can lead to low energy, weakness, and even a loss of appetite later in the day, which worsens the cycle of undernutrition and muscle decline. Another factor to consider is that breakfast is usually the most controllable meal of the day. Lunch and dinner can be skipped due to errands, fatigue, medications, or social reasons, but breakfast is usually taken at home and can become a consistent routine. By making it a habit to eat a protein-rich breakfast every morning, seniors can make a small, consistent investment in their strength and well-being without needing complicated plans or big changes. Ultimately, breakfast isn't just a meal, it's an opportunity. For seniors, it's a daily chance to feed the muscles, support the brain, and energize the body for a day of movement, activity, and better health. The body may age, but with the right start each morning, it can continue to function with strength, stability, and confidence. When people think about muscle strength, especially in older age, they often focus only on protein. While protein is essential, it is just one part of a much bigger picture. For seniors, maintaining healthy leg muscles and overall physical strength also depends on a range of other nutrients that support muscle function, reduce inflammation, and protect bone health. These nutrients work together in the body like a team, and without them, even a protein-rich diet may fall short. One of the most critical nutrients for muscle health is vitamin D. This fat-soluble vitamin plays several roles, including helping the body absorb calcium and supporting proper muscle contraction. Without enough vitamin D, muscles can feel weak and uncoordinated. Seniors are particularly vulnerable to vitamin D deficiency for several reasons. As the skin ages, its ability to synthesize vitamin D from sunlight decreases. Many older adults also spend more time indoors and have less sun exposure overall. Additionally, some medications interfere with how vitamin D is processed in the body. A lack of vitamin D can lead to muscle weakness, fatigue, and even a higher risk of falling. To ensure adequate levels of vitamin D, seniors can include foods such as fortified dairy products, eggs, fatty fish like salmon and sardines, or fortified cereals. In many cases, doctors may also recommend a vitamin D supplement, especially for those with very limited sun exposure or those who have tested low in this nutrient. Alongside vitamin D, calcium is another essential player in muscle function and bone strength. While calcium is most commonly associated with bones, it also plays a major role in how muscles contract and relax. Without enough calcium, muscles can cramp or feel weak, and bones become more fragile, increasing the risk of fractures in case of a fall. Dairy products like milk, cheese, and yogurt are rich sources of calcium. But so are plant-based options such as almonds, tofu, and leafy greens like kale and spinach. Many non-dairy milks, such as almond or soy milk, are also fortified with calcium, making it easier for seniors with lactose intolerance to get what they need. Another powerful nutrient for seniors trying to maintain leg muscle strength is omega-3 fatty acids. These healthy fats, found in foods like salmon, flax seeds, walnuts, and chia seeds, are known for their anti-inflammatory properties. Chronic, low-grade inflammation can slowly wear down muscle tissue and interfere with how the body repairs itself. Omega-3s help reduce this inflammation, making it easier for muscles to recover after activity and stay strong over time. Some studies have even shown that omega-3 supplementation in older adults may help increase muscle mass when combined with exercise and adequate protein intake. Magnesium is another mineral that often gets overlooked. It helps with muscle relaxation and supports more than 300 enzyme functions in the body, including those involved in energy production. Low magnesium levels can cause fatigue, cramps, and weakness. Foods like nuts, seeds, whole grains, and dark leafy greens are great sources of magnesium and easy to incorporate into daily meals. Finally, antioxidants such as vitamin C and E can play a role in muscle health by protecting cells from oxidative stress, which becomes more common with aging. Oxidative stress can damage muscle tissue and slow recovery. Fresh fruits and vegetables, especially berries, oranges, bell peppers, and leafy greens, are rich in these antioxidants and should be eaten regularly for overall health and vitality. Seniors don't need to follow a complicated diet to get these nutrients. A balanced, colorful diet that includes lean proteins, healthy fats, whole grains, and plenty of vegetables and fruits will naturally supply most of what the body needs. When these nutrients are present in the right amounts, they help protect not just the muscles, but the joints, bones, heart, and brain as well, allowing seniors to stay strong, mobile, and independent as long as possible. In the journey of aging, strength is not just about lifting weights or walking faster. It's about maintaining independence, balance, and quality of life. After 60, our muscles, especially in the legs, naturally begin to weaken, but that doesn't mean we are powerless. By making simple, consistent choices, starting the day with a protein-rich breakfast, spreading protein intake throughout the day, and adding essential nutrients like vitamin D, calcium, omega-3s, and magnesium, we can fight back against muscle loss. Every meal becomes an opportunity to nourish not just the body, but the ability to move freely, stay active, and live fully. The first thing you eat in the morning can set the stage for stronger muscles and a more energetic day. Small habits, practiced daily, lead to lasting results. So choose wisely, eat well, and never underestimate the power of food to help your body stay strong at any age. IQ.